Welcome everyone to Football for Fun. This is going to be our Week 8 NFL predictions. I'm Isaac, a Panthers fan. That's Daniel, a Texans fan. Show some pity to him. His team is not doing so well. My team's 4-3. I don't know how, but we are. We're doing great. How's it going, everybody?
Everybody, yes, it is going pretty good. It is a little bit surprising for once in our friendship, a rarity, which is that your team is the one with a winning record. Mostly it's either my team or both of us with a losing record, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. I do believe the Panthers, they look like a pretty good team, and I still think they're being overlooked by the media. But y'all are winning the games you need to win, and we'll talk about your game against the Bills, obviously, here coming up. But it's looking good. As for me and myself, I'm still feeling the sleep deprivation from being forced to watch the Texans versus Seahawks until 12:30 p.m. So I am glad it's just a one-time thing and there will be no more of this like late game nonsense. But and I know people will complain that the NFL forced us to watch a game this late, but it is NFL football. I mean, you gotta be thankful for what you can get, but not very encouraged overall by, and obviously we did a whole reaction on our live stream, but not very encouraged, especially by our offense. I still think our defense is really good, but it's looking a little bleak in my opinion. I'm not sure that CJ Stroud's all that good. I still think he's good under the right circumstances, but beside the point. But yeah, hope you're doing well too.
All right. Yeah, we did the reaction and commentary to that game last night. We did both games on Monday night. So if you guys are interested in live reaction and commentary, we tend to do that at least once a week. Generally, we do the Sunday night game. Sometimes we do Monday night. So be on the lookout for that. As it stands today, though, we are doing our predictions, and we're having a pretty good year right now. I went 13-2 this past week. Daniel went 12-3, so we both killed it, really. We had three swing games. I got 2 of them. Daniel got 1 of them. Overall records, I'm 72-35-1. Daniel is 70-37-1. So very respectable scores, and it's a very close competition. We'll see if I can get any separation this week, or if I fumble the lead and Daniel closes in. So we want to go ahead and dive right in here for the Thursday night game.
But I will say about our records, if my mental math is correct, I think that's about 64-65% correct or something like that. It's not quite 2/3 because I think anyway, but it is a pretty good record is all I'm trying to say. And we did have some predictable games I'm looking at the last week's slate. I mean, Browns Dolphins was very predictable, Patriots Titans, Chiefs and things like that. So while I do think we do have a good record, we do have some predictable games, and probably this week as well there are going to be some games that are just going to be very predictable as well. And yeah, we did have 3 swing games. I did kind of go out a little bit. Well, you went out on the Bengals one and got that right. That was a good one. And then I went out on the Vikings one, and it was close by the box score. But in reality, the Eagles did thoroughly outplay them. And then the Colts, man, just best team in the NFL.
Absolute powerhouse in the AFC right now. Right. They're killing it.
But so I don't think moving forward you can go wrong picking the Colts. But yeah, let's go into the game today. We have the Thursday night game, that being the Vikings visiting the Chargers. And I'll let you kind of introduce that since that's not my forte.
Nah, man, you already introduced it. You said it perfectly. It's the Vikings going into the Chargers. I mean, I did my power rankings earlier today. The video is out on the channel if you guys are interested. I've got the Chargers ranked higher, so I view them as the better overall team. However, when I'm looking at this matchup, the Chargers' offensive line has been hindering them. They've got some injuries, and they're just not playing well as a unit overall. Justin Herbert is doing all he can out there to lead that team and carry them to victory. You lack a running game, at least based on last week. 2 weeks ago, Kamani Vidal had a great week against Miami's defense that doesn't exist, so I'm not sure we really count that. I have a hard time believing in the Chargers right now. This is a team I was really high on coming into the year, and I picked them to win against the Chiefs in Week 1. I really believed in this team, but I'm losing faith in them. Minnesota, Daniel, as you know, I've never been that high on them. I never really believed in them. Even now, I still don't think they crack 7 wins, past 7 wins. I think 7-10 is the realistic ceiling for this team. I'm going to pick Minnesota to win this game, though. And it's because of the matchup here. I think that they do have a good defensive line, and I think that they really showed up against Philadelphia overall, shutting down Saquon Barkley in the run game. I have concerns about their secondary because they let Jalen Hurts look like an actual quarterback against them, so imagine what Justin Herbert might do. But I don't think he's got the same caliber of weapons there. And I do think Minnesota is going to be able to move the ball on the Chargers defense, which has looked very, very vulnerable lately. So I would imagine the Vikings are going to be able to run the ball really well. I assume Wentz is going to be the starting quarterback in this game. As long as he doesn't make numerous mistakes, I think it'll be at least a close game. And I'm going to say the Vikings pull away late 24-21, another stunner on Thursday night.
All right. Well, I think that's a very respectable pick for sure. I mean, like the Vikings, both teams just don't exactly look great, but I think you could kind of say like they're kind of on like, I want to say opposite trajectories. Like I think the Vikings may be overperforming a little bit and the Chargers underperforming, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I could definitely see how that's very close, and I can understand the Vikings pick. I mean, heck, I picked them last week against the Super Bowl champions, and that was a pretty close one. And I do think if Carson Wentz can just spam Justin Jefferson, like, honestly, I think we're realizing in this NFL, like, if you just target your number one, if you have like a superstar number one receiver, you just target them a lot, like, things are going to go pretty well for you. So I can definitely see a path to the Vikings winning this one. That said, I'm going to pick the Chargers. I do think this will be a get-right game for the Chargers. And I do think, I mean, one thing about Minnesota I did realize is that their wins so far this year, and I'm not trying to be all like, nitpicky into the analytics and things like that, but they don't really have an impressive win. They beat the Bears week 1, which now they look, I mean, the Bears look like a good team, but
I would also argue that they had J.J. McCarthy playing quarterback for them that game, so I am going to say it's impressive they didn't lose.
I mean, that is totally fair. But they did beat the Bears in week 1, and their only other wins are with the Jake Browning-led Bengals and against the Browns. So they lost the Eagles, Steelers, and Falcons. So they haven't really beat, like, a good team. I mean, the Bears are good, but, like, at the time, they haven't beat a good team yet. It could happen today. Like, I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I do think this will be a get-right game for the Chargers. I still think they are good enough to compete for that wild card spot. Clearly, like, the injuries and things like that are affecting them, but I do think it'll be a get-right game for the Chargers. So I'll take the Chargers. Also a close game, though, but I'll take the Chargers.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a Thursday night game should tell us it'll be fairly close. Every Thursday game so far, I believe, has been an absolute hit. It's been great. Yep. I think last week's Thursday game was easily the best game of the week. So hopefully that trend continues. I know we have some pretty lame Thursday games coming up, so I don't know that trend will continue throughout the whole season, but this one should be interesting at least. We will definitely keep an eye on it. Swing game to start out again. I got the Vikings, you got the Chargers. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I don't know if Justin Herbert versus Carson Wentz will live up to Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco, but I do think it'll be a pretty exciting game. And that game was riveting. Even Pick'em aside, like that was a really fun game to watch.
Absolutely, easily the best game last week. The rest of the slate did not measure up to it. So
yeah.
Next up, it's the Miami Dolphins planning to lose to the Atlanta Falcons because we're pretty sure Miami's just tanking at this point. Why else do you have that head coach and quarterback combo there? I mean, really. Miami, we assume Tua is going to be starting. Quinn Ewers did come in for him last week, but I believe Tua is going to start this week. Mike McDaniel is still going to be coaching this week, so go ahead and pencil in a Falcons win. I know this team's been really inconsistent, but they should objectively be the better team. There should be no doubt about it. Bijan Robinson against that run defense should go off. I would not be surprised if he has 200 yards. So give me Atlanta fairly comfortably. I wouldn't be against Miami winning. I hope that happens, but Atlanta should take care of business here.
Yes, I'm going to agree with you there. I do think Atlanta takes care of business against the dysfunctional-looking Miami Dolphins and future Texans offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel.
Speak it into existence, Daniel. Do it.
Yeah, right. That's really all I got. I mean, yeah, I think Falcons are clearly the better team, and like it would just be surprising if the Dolphins just randomly won a game against a solid team here. And I think as we talked about before the streams, I was telling you, like, I can't believe Mike McDaniel's not fired. I mean, they might as well just be tanking. Like, I think I've mentioned this anecdote before, that how, like, Adam Gase was just kept around New York for a while, even though it was clear that they should have been fired, but they were probably tanking. You know what? That was the Trevor Lawrence here, but then they randomly won a game, I think, against someone. I don't know. I
don't remember who, but of course they won a game to ruin their tank. Like they
randomly won a game, and the Jags got the 1 overall pick, picked Lawrence, and they picked Zach Wilson at 2. So I think that was the year where like they just kept around Adam Gase to kind of tank, and the Dolphins might be doing the same because at this point he should be like fire. Like, he's not turning the season around. Like, what are you really accomplishing? Like, you might as well just fire him. But
yeah, they keep losing. They can go draft Arch Manning, who, by the way, he almost completed half of his passes last week. So great improvement for the young guy. He's doing great. So.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no, he's gonna be so pro ready. You just watch.
Yeah,
Arch Manning and Arch Manning with Quinn Ewers as his backup.
I can see it now. It's just such an elite quarterback room.
Quinn would be the starter.
Yeah, he should be. He's better than Arch Manning. So.
All right. Well, we both have Falcons win, so no swing game here.
No swing game. This should be pretty simple. But Atlanta, if you choke, I will be laughing at you. So.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Yeah. Moving on, we've got an intriguing matchup here. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens have been reeling. There's no doubt about that. But they should be getting Lamar Jackson back this week. And so we're going to find out how much of a game changer that's going to be. You would imagine they're suddenly going to have an offense. You still got Derrick Henry out there. He's not washed completely. He's still got a lot going for him. You still got Zay Flowers having a pretty solid year at receiver. You still got weapons on offense. I believe that if Lamar plays, and I believe he will, that they are going to be able to score on the Chicago defense. The question is, can their defense get enough stops on the Chicago offense? I think that's worth asking because Chicago's offense has been pretty solid this year. Caleb Williams is having a great sophomore season overall. Rome Odunze is having a breakout season. The run game of Chicago has actually been pretty solid under Ben Johnson. You got DeAndre Swift having a nice year, so Chicago's offense can threaten here. I'm going to go with the Ravens at home. I do think it'll be a close game, probably like a 30-27 type of score. I'm going to trust Lamar Jackson to lead this offense and hopefully hold on to a lead late in the game. I also think this is desperation mode for Baltimore. They're coming off a bye. They get some guys back, and they know they need this game. They've got an upcoming slate of games that is very manageable. If they can start with a win here against the Bears, things are looking brighter. But if they lose this game, man, I'm going to start feeling a lot more down about them. So give me Baltimore, desperation win to keep their season alive against the Bears.
Yeah, this definitely should be a kitchen sink game for the Ravens. I mean, you're 1-5, and like I know, like Lamar Jackson coming back, like I'm sure they're still the betting favorites to win the AFC North or whatever. So
Probably.
That wouldn't completely, yeah, right. So it wouldn't completely shock me. Like, I mean, if they lose this game, they're still not like mathematically like out, but that would be like a pretty big blow. And you think the Bears, like, while they have looked impressive, they're 5-2, I believe, right, or 4-2, 5-2, something like that.
4-2, I believe, yeah.
They do have two really close wins against like the Commanders and the Raiders, I believe. And I mean, they beat the Saints, but like, it's not exactly like they've been playing like super like, well, I mean, they've been playing impressively, but it's not like they're the Lions and just blowing out their opponents. Right. So I could see how this is a kitchen sink game for the Ravens. That said, I am picking the Bears. I just think like, wow. I don't care. I know Lamar Jackson might be coming back. I still think the Bears look better. Even if Lamar Jackson plays, and I know when he was on the field, he was like the best football player like in the universe, right? Like actually, like he was actually insane. I just don't know. And I don't know the nature of the injury. Like I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to diagnose like the recovery and everything like that. I just don't know if he would be guns a-blazing anyway in his game back. I know he's had time to rest and everything like that, but I just don't know if we'd see that like necessarily like the game back, if we'd see this type of version of Lamar. I could be wrong. He could just torch that Bears defense on his first game back, and I would be wrong. But I do think like with or without Lamar Jackson, I would pick the Bears here. And that's not just because the Ravens are reeling, but the Bears have looked good record-wise. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Bears. And I still think the Ravens season is well, I don't think it's necessarily over, but in my eyes, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I still think this is the Steelers' division to lose. And yeah, I mean, Ravens might make a comeback. They might string out a few wins, but 1-5 or 1-6 potentially is going to be really hard to come back from.
Hey, we'll see. I would be afraid to play a desperate Ravens squad this week. We'll see how the Bears handle it at Baltimore, too. Baltimore, actually, I think they're a touchdown favorite, which I will say I think that's really disrespectful to the Bears. Like, this is a good Bears team. They should not be a 7-point underdog right now, but I am taking the Ravens. You're taking the Bears. Very interesting and slightly surprising swing game for us here.
Yeah, it is quite surprising, but it'll be a fun game to watch. Really interesting to see both how the Ravens do with presumably Lamar back and how the Bears do against a, I'm not saying they're a good team, but when Lamar's healthy, this is a good Ravens team.
Or so we think. We'll see how the defense holds up. The defense has to do something here.
We'll see about that as well.
Absolutely. Moving on, it's the Buffalo Bills taking on my Carolina Panthers. Daniel, I'll go ahead and let you make your prediction on this. I think we both know who I'm picking and probably both know who you're picking, but go ahead. Tell me why you're picking against my team again.
I'm going to pick against your team because the Buffalo Bills, I still think, are one of the best teams in the NFL. I know they're on a rough stretch. They lost to the Falcons, I guess, 2 weeks ago, and then the Patriots the week before, if I'm not mistaken. They're off a bye, so they haven't won a game in almost a month. So I do understand that they're struggling, but they are off a bye, and ultimately they do have Josh Allen, and who I think is one of the best football players in the universe. And talk about kitchen sink game. I think this could be a little bit not desperation, but I really think the Bills are going to be very much prepared for this game, and I think y'all look good, respectable, and everything like that. And I recognize that Rico Dowdle for a 2-week stretch was one of the best, the best running back.
He is currently second in rushing in the league, by the way. So last week he also was good.
Right.
Second or third.
And I know you send me all the stats about all the running backs he basically neutralized when you play them. So I understand James Cook will probably have 15 carries for 28 yards, but stopping Josh Allen is going to be another thing. But so I do respect, obviously, the Carolina Panthers, but I do think the Bills are going to win this game. But by how many points do you have the Panthers winning?
You never learn, do you, Daniel? You never learn. I thought you were turning a corner last week when you picked us to beat the Jets, but the disrespect, the pain you caused me. My friend, you should be picking my team.
I mean, y'all barely beat the Jets.
You didn't watch that game. It was not a close game.
Injuries
and refs kept them in that game, man. But yes, I am going to back my team here, and right now I do not know who's starting at quarterback. If Bryce Young starts at quarterback, I actually feel fairly confident that we will win this game. If it's Dalton, then I'm a lot more shaky, and I was tempted to just stray from my what I do every week, where I pick us to win no matter what. I was thinking about straying from that because if Dalton plays, I don't have a lot of confidence. But as I dig into the stats, and believe me, I spent a lot of time digging into the stats because that's the type of thing I would do. The Buffalo Bills' run defense has not been good this season. Statistically, they are allowing the second most rushing yards in the league per game. It's worse than the Dallas Cowboys. So if you want to know how bad their run defense has been, they are on par with the Cowboys. So
I watched Bijan Robinson versus the Bills. I see where this is coming from.
Right, and in fairness, Bijan Robinson is one of the best running backs in the league. But if we're also casting it that way, Rico Dowdle has been one of the best running backs in the league this season. Objectively, you go look up who's leading the league in rushing. It's Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams.
He's the backup running back.
No, I don't care. He's going to get at least 17 carries. After that performance against the Jets where he easily outperformed Chuba Hubbard, he better get at least 20 carries. If we feed Rico, and we also do factor in Chuba because he's still good. He's just having a slump right now because of injuries. If we feed the running backs, we are going to run all over the Bills' defense. I don't have a problem with that. We are going to move the ball on them. That defense is not intimidating. I don't think anyone is going to disagree with that. The problem, as you said, they have Josh Allen, one of the best football players in the world. And yes, we're going to neutralize the run game because James Cook is great. All the respect in the world for him. Much better season than I expected for him. But if we can shut down Devon Achane, Javonte Williams, and last week Breece Hall, I think we can handle James Cook. I think he's on par with most of those guys. Javonte Williams has been a better running back than him this year, in my opinion. So if we can neutralize those guys, we can handle James Cook. And then you say Josh Allen's out there. I agree. Who is he throwing the ball to? Because whoever J.C. Horn is guarding is not going to have many catches, if any.
I'll say that. That's necessarily a factor, though. I feel like we've said that all of Allen's career, besides Diggs, though.
Right, but it depends. It's depending on the opponent. We're taking away his top target.
Whoever J.C.'s covering, he's going to throw to the other guy.
He's going to pick on Mike Jack. He is our cornerback number 2.
Who?
He's a good, solid number 2. He gets burnt by good receivers. Though.
Really convincing me that Mike Jack is going to be the reason he'll win the game. Okay,
I am not. I'm actually saying he could be the downfall because that's who Josh Allen, if he knows what he's doing, which he does, he absolutely does, he's probably going to pick on Mike Jackson. So if Jackson has a decent enough game, I think that we can hold their passing attack to a minimum, sort of like Atlanta did. Atlanta gave him heck. And I think that our defense is going to be able to get after him. Derek Brown is having an all-pro season at defensive tackle. I'm not going to bring up the stats because I don't have them handy, but you can look it up. He is having an outstanding season. And if we keep winning games, he's going to be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Or at least he should be. J.C. Horn as well. Nick Gorton, our rookie defensive end, has been doing really well lately, improving week to week. I think we get at least a sack in this game. which is a bold prediction for Carolina. We get at least 1 sack on Josh Allen. It's going to be a close game. Yes, I'm terrified of Josh Allen, but I think that if we come in and run the ball really well, and Rico Dowdle has another big day, and Dalton doesn't turn it over, as long as he just manages the game as a backup quarterback should, our offense will score points, and our defense has been really good this year. I think we pull the upset, and we show the world we are not a bad team. We are good now. So give me Carolina at home, where we are undefeated.
All right, cool. I will just say this, though, because I was actually curious. Bills are coming off a bye. Now, again, this is AI. I don't fully trust AI for this type of stuff yet. I'd have to actually manually do the research. But apparently, Josh Allen is 7-0 off a bye.
Don't care. Don't care. I do not care, because trends are meant to be broken. We are going to break that trend. Josh Allen will suffer a loss coming off a bye. It's meant to be. You just have to believe, man.
Okay. All right.
There we go. That's all I have to say. You got anything to say about my delusion?
Are we still live? But no, go figure, I guess.
I believe. Keep pounding. Moving on, you've got the New Jersey Jets, winless to this point in the season, taking on the Joe Flacco-led Bengals. Now, Cleveland was very generous to gift Cincinnati a quarterback who can throw the ball, and I think they're really happy with that. They're 3-4 now. They have a great opportunity against the Jets this week to go to 4-4 and try to keep up with Pittsburgh and hopefully stay in that divisional race. I think that'll be a fun story. I've said previously I hope that they do that, because then Joe Burrow comes back, and I would love to see Burrow in the playoffs with this offense. The Jets, it hurts to watch them. It really does. I had to watch a full Jets game last weekend, and it was painful. So, yeah, this offense has a chance to, I guess, do something with Tyrod Taylor being the starting quarterback this week, presumably, and the Bengals' defense is still not good. Doesn't matter how many games they win. They're still a bad defense. So, I do think the Jets' offense will have more success this week than they've had previously. I also don't think that the Cincinnati Bengals can lose this game. They can't afford to. They have got to win this game. They're coming off a great win against the Steelers. I don't think that with veteran quarterback Joe Flacco, I don't think they're overlooking the Jets here. I think they're going to take them seriously, because the Jets have played close games against solid teams. Their defense has been performing well. There is a path to victory for the Jets here if their defense continues to play well, and the offense can do enough against a weak Bengals defense, but I'm not going to predict it. I'm going to take the Bengals here. Jamar Chase is going to have another good day. T. Higgins is going to pick on whoever their number 2 corner is. Flacco should have another decent day. Give me Cincinnati fairly confidently, but Daniel, what have you got?
Yeah, I got Cincinnati fairly confidently, too. Fairly confidently. That was not good English, but I digress. I don't know if you saw the Jets owner, Woody
Johnson?
I want to say... Yeah, Woody Johnson. I want to say Woody Marks, because he's in my head, Sheriff Woody Marks. But Woody Marks is definitely not the owner of the Jets. Woody Johnson, although what Woody Johnson said is probably less crazy than what Woody Marks would say if he were the owner. But I don't know if you saw his quote that basically like someone was asking about like their 0-7 start or something about Aaron Glenn, and Woody basically just threw Justin Fields under the bus. Did you see that?
I saw something about that, yeah. It's like pretty crazy for your owner to come out and say that.
Something like, oh, well, it's going to be hard to coach if the quarterback plays
not... we got to complete passes or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Just throw your quarterback under the bus. And I still feel like I see on the internet Justin Fields defenders, but I just think, like, I think it's really run its course. Like, I just don't think he's that good. Maybe in the perfect system, he could be, like, competent, like a starting level quarterback, but... Yeah, it's just been really ugly with the Jets. Like, I don't know. Do you think they could? And I am picking the Bengals here, just so that's out there. Do you think could the Jets go 0-17? I feel like they'll win a random game.
They absolutely could. With this abysmal offense, there's a chance. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of the Carolina Panthers when we went 2-15 a few years ago. Like, we had a respectable defense that kept us in a lot of games, and actually won us a couple games. I'm sure you remember the Houston game vaguely. And then I think we beat the Falcons that year because, of course, we beat the Falcons. But this Jets team reminds me a lot of that, where the offense is so bad. The defense has its moments, but they're going to lose a lot of games because overall it's just a terrible team. That's what I'm seeing here, and we were just a couple of plays away from going 0-17 that year, honestly. So I could see it for sure. I'm not going to predict it because that's cruel and unnecessary, but yeah, it's a really bad team for sure.
Yeah, it does seem like it's a pretty bad team. Well, we'll see as the season progresses. Also, I did see a graphic, like, Aaron Glenn started 0-7. They were showing like other head coaches who had started 0-7. I think they were like, two of them were like Dan Campbell and Kyle Shanahan. But I'm like, we're really comparing Aaron Glenn to those guys? Like,
I mean, that's such great company to be in. You're just in that company for the wrong reason.
Yeah,
Goodness.
Right. But yeah, I'm going to pick the Bengals here pretty comfortably. And I guess I did say earlier that I do think it's the Steelers' eventually to lose. Well, I mean, Bengals, they could be in the race. I mean, like, I do worry, like, maybe, like, Joe Flacco is not going to necessarily sustain his high level of play. Like, I feel like he's going to have some games where he throws some goofy picks or whatever.
Right.
But, if he plays consistently enough, then they could surely be in the race, especially if the Steelers go down the Wade side and the Ravens just don't catch up. I mean, it'll be fun to watch play out, the AFC North, that is.
Absolutely. I'll be rooting for the Bengals or Ravens because I want one of those quarterbacks in the playoffs.
No good old Aaron Rodgers for good old time's sake.
Steelers are boring. I don't want to see them in the playoffs. For entertainment's sake, I would rather see Burrow or Lamar lead an offense in the playoffs. Yeah. Even though,
for sure. No,
whoever wins that division, I think they're just losing to whoever the 5 seed is. So we'll see.
We'll see, indeed.
Next up, it is the San Francisco 49ers backup team taking on Daniel's Houston Texans. And I say backup team for San Francisco because it feels like literally everyone's injured, except Christian McCaffrey. Somehow, it's a miracle he's stayed healthy. Hopefully, he stays healthy the whole year because he has been outstanding. I believe he's on pace for his second career 1,000-yard rushing season while also having 1,000 yards receiving, which would be amazing. Yeah. So
throwback McCaffrey season. That'd be crazy.
Like he's on pace to have a career best season, which is amazing. But San Francisco has been impressive battling through adversity and all the injuries. And yet, they're being disrespected here, in my opinion, because Houston, as of right now, where I'm looking, they are favored in this game. And I know it's a home game, so there's that, but if you saw Houston's offense play at any point this season, except against the Titans or Ravens, I guess, who don't have defenses, I think this is a terrible offense. And I'm sorry, Daniel. It's ugly. Man.
I believe you. Yeah, I absolutely condone that sentiment. It's been pretty bad.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And we're probably not gonna have Nico Collins. Like it's been.
Because he got hurt in that game against Seattle, and it's a short week here because he played late Monday night. I would anticipate you don't have him as well. I mean, the 49ers defense is so injured that I guess they could fall off at any moment, and Houston could start moving the ball. But the way they played against Atlanta last week, they had a lot of fight. They got guys stepping up and playing good football. Even though Bosa is out for the year and Fred Warner's out for the year, they're still playing competitive football. I'm going to take the Niners in this game. I know it's at home for Houston, and maybe you can call it a desperation game for Houston. They need a win here. I'm going to take the Niners, though. I think that they're going to find enough on offense. It's going to be an ugly game, like 17-14 type of score. How you get 2 touchdowns, I do not know, but 17-14 type of score.
17-13 because we'll get 2 field goals.
That might be, or 4 field goals, 17-12.
No,
I don't know.
Don't speak that into existence.
Honestly, I would hope not. It's gross, man.
Yeah, you picked the Niners there. But yeah, what I will say is that, and I know you said like the 49er, the San Francisco backups, whatever you said, and like clearly they're down a lot of guys. Like a lot of guys I would have feared facing are in are not they're injured, like
right.
Nick Bosa and like Fred Warner and like players like that. I mean Christian McCaffrey is still on the field, but he's only just one guy. But they are playing well. They're 5-2, and if they continue to ride Christian McCaffrey like Secretariat, that could be really scary proposition. And obviously, we had a whole live stream about basically my reaction to the Seahawks game. And, I think the sentiment was I thought defense played well at times. I mean, we did allow a 100-yard game from Jason, but turns out Jason might just be like a generational player for all we know. Maybe generational.
He's the best receiver in football this year, man, so there's no shame.
He's really, really good. So I do think our defense could show out, especially against the backups. It is really hard to kind of tell. But again, like our offense was abysmal. Like the offensive line, which again, I am saying we're not facing Nick Bosa though. So it's not exactly like, I'm not sure their front four. Are they still supposed to be good or okay? Or like,
it's tough to project, but they're playing well right now from what we've seen, which is all that we have to work with.
I feel like CJ could still get duressed, especially with how much we're shuffling the offensive line and things like that. And also, we're probably not going to have Nico. I think Nico got concussion, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds right.
But yeah, I mean, so he's probably going to be. out this game. So our offense is going to be like, CJ, the shuffled offensive line. You have the ghost of Nick Chubb. You have Sheriff Woody Marks, who I don't think deserves a sheriff badge after the nickname I gave him just yesterday. Their receiver room is going to be literally like Jaden Higgins, Dalton Schultz, Jalen Knoll, Xavier Hutchinson, maybe Braxton Berrios. Like, the receiver room without Nico Collins is trash. And the skill position is trash. And I still think CJ could be good under the right circumstances, but I'm starting to like lose belief in him. And I know we had our old banter about like, oh, Bryce or CJ, and I would still take CJ. But as a whole, like, I just don't like even like last year when he was starting to slump, I was saying like, oh, he'll probably not be, he's not going to be Mahomes, maybe he'll be Dak. But then I'm saying like, that seems pretty good now. I think you said maybe Kyler, could be a more comparable sort of projection, and we'll see down the line. But then, like, I'm even like hoping that he's not like Tua, just getting hit all the time and things like that. But all of that to say, I'm gonna pick the 49ers. We do not have a swing game here, and weirdly, I don't think this is a must-win for us per se. I mean, it's clearly a desperation spot, but I do think we have some winnable games coming up to where we could still be alive for a while, even if we lose this. We'd be 2-5. I think 2-5 is like possible to come back from, but I don't necessarily think we will. We probably will miss the playoffs at this point, or maybe just like 9-8. I don't know, but I'm gonna pick the 49ers to win this game. Ultimately, I just see it as like a 5-2 team versus a 2-4 team. And 49ers have played really well. Maybe this is the game that the injury bug really catches up to them. And also worth knowing, this is the D'Amico Ryans return game. Not revenge, because there's really nothing to be vengeful over, but D'Amico Ryans versus his former team. But I do believe the 49ers will take the win.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens. We both got the Niners. We'll be rooting for Houston then. But I do think in terms of your playoff hopes, it's more important you win the AFC matchups anyway. Like, beating the Niners isn't going to help you in terms of tiebreaks long term. You would much rather beat Denver next week than San Francisco this week. You got a game late in the season against the Chargers. You got two games against the Colts. You got the Jags again. Like, if you win the AFC games and you can get to 9-8 and maybe you hold enough tiebreaks and you can sneak in, but it's going to be tough for sure. Like, you're looking at the 7th seed anyway. Like, I mean, at this point, you make the playoffs, it's probably to lose in the first round to like the Chiefs or the Colts. So, I don't know, man.
I don't know, but it'll be fun to watch. Actually, probably not.
Probably not. Not with that offense. Yeah. Moving on, we've got the Cleveland Browns taking on the New England Patriots. Now, I do think this game has the potential to be closer than you expect. I do think the Browns have the ability to pull this upset, and I know that's an absurd statement to some people based on how well the Patriots have been playing. I don't think the Browns are quite as bad as they previously have been. I think that their defense is really solid, and I think that they found an absolute star in Quinshon Judkins at running back. I think he's going to be a good running back in this league for years to come. I'm not picking them to win this game, though. I can't. Not watching the Patriots recently, I think the Patriots' defense is good enough to contain Cleveland's offense. As long as you shut down their run game to a certain degree, then you have to trust Dylan Gabriel to deliver you to a victory, and I don't think that he has that ability. I don't believe in him personally, never did. So I think the Browns score like 13 to 17 points. The Patriots crack 20 points somehow. Patriots win this game. I don't know, man. I don't have deep thoughts on this. It should be the better team winning here at home.
Yeah. Me too. I mean, I was going to say, like, I think Patriots win. They're the better team. I believe it's in New England as well, so that's going to help them as well. And I don't have deep analysis about the game either. I mean, the Browns might win if their defense shows out and, like, Dylan Gabriel has his breakout game or whatever, but I think it's possible for sure. I think it's more possible than, like, a lot of the other lopsided results, but I'm just not going to predict it. I do think the Patriots, I mean, they're clearly back. Like, now I don't think they're going to be some dynasty, but it looks like they're going to be a consistent playoff team for years to come. You would think, under Vrabel and Drake May and everyone like that. So, yeah, give me the Patriots pretty comfortably. I'm not sure about the final score. It might be a little bit closer than we would think, but yeah, give me Patriots to win the football game.
All right, no swing game here. Good luck, Cleveland. Next up, it's the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, who are favored in this game, which I think is just egregious. I mean, we already saw the teams play. We know who's better. It's the Giants. They beat them up a few weeks ago. Come on. I'm taking the Eagles to win this game. It would be absolutely stunning. I mean, no disrespect to the Giants because they are playing out of their minds lately. I mean, no disrespect here, but it would be stunning if they swept the Philadelphia Eagles this year. I think Philadelphia is out for vengeance here. They're not going to be overlooking New York at all. Philadelphia absolutely should win this game at home, and if they don't, we're going to have some serious questions. But shout out to the Giants, though. I mean, they made the change at quarterback, and their offense has come alive lately, notably without Malik Neighbors. So I've said previously, I'll say it again, I'm excited to see what they look like next year when Neighbors is healthy, and presumably they keep building that roster around Dart and now Scatterbo at running back. They got a bright future, so you might lose a lot of games this year, but don't worry about it. Giants fans, you guys are set moving forward. Give me Philadelphia in this game, though. Daniel?
Yeah. It would be absolutely crazy for the Giants to win 2 games against Philadelphia in like a 3-week span or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to take Philadelphia here too. I do think they've really found themselves. Again, I know the win against the Vikings by box score was close, but it did seem like the Eagles' offense played really well. Besides Saquon Barkley, though, something's up with him. Or, I mean, maybe he's just not as good as he once was. But, no, like, Jalen Hurts seems to be throwing down the field more, and, like, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith are getting more involved and things like that. And, like, they always have the tush push on their side and everything like that. So, I'm going to pick the Eagles here, and I do think this, like, I know I talk a lot about get-right games. Not that they really need one here, but I think they'll kind of show. I mean, it's kind of a revenge game against the Giants.
Definitely a revenge game. Big-time rivals.
Yeah, like a lot of people thought that they were kind of faltering after that, but I think they'll beat up on the Giants pretty comfortably. Give me the Eagles here as well.
All right. I'll disagree on the comfortable part just because of how the Giants have been playing, but they should win, definitely. Next up, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeating the New Orleans Saints, probably 70-0. I don't know. It'll be a terrible game because the Saints suck, and Tampa is apparently a Super Bowl contender, so we can move on now. Next game.
Yep, no Mike Evans, no problem.
America's team taking on the Denver Broncos. Yeah, I don't know why they're called America's team anymore. Dallas Cowboys are 3-1, funniest record in the league at the moment. The Denver Broncos are 5-2. At home here, they should be the favorite. I think it's a 3-point spread as of right now. This is a very entertaining game to me, or I think it will be. The Cowboys' high-powered offense against what is supposed to be an elite Broncos defense. We just saw them struggle last week against the Giants for most of that game. They gave up over 30 points, but maybe the Giants' offense is just that good now. I don't know. It's tough to judge. Denver's offense has been a mystery so far. They were shut out by the Giants through 3 quarters and then exploded for 33 points. I said in my Power Rankings video, which is out on the channel if you're interested, I give New York more credit for losing that game than Denver for winning it. Like, that was a miracle. Denver's a weird team because they are basically 2 plays away from being 7-0. They're also a few plays away from being like 2-5, so very thin margins here for them. I'm actually going to go Dallas here. I think that their offense, just judging by what the Giants did against Denver, I think the Dak is going to have a good day. They got CeeDee Lamb out there, George Pickens. Both of them are top 10 receivers in the league at the moment, which is absurd. I think Dallas's offense is going to be able to put up 30-plus points here. The question is, if Denver's offense is going to keep up, I don't trust them enough. And maybe that's foolish of me, but I don't trust them enough, and I think Dallas is rolling right now. I think that they got a lot of momentum now that they got CeeDee Lamb back. I think this is a team that believes. I think their defense is going to slowly improve throughout the year and become more of a scrappy, opportunistic unit. That's me projecting, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to take the Cowboys to pull the upset over Denver. I've lost all faith in the Broncos lately, so give me Dallas here.
Yeah, I'm going to say I have not lost faith in the Broncos. I don't know. I mean, like, I know they've had some, like, weird games. Like, at the end of the day, they're 4-2, 5-2, whatever, like, their record is. The Cowboys have been a little bit too inconsistent for my taste. Like, I definitely respect, like, their offense and, like, how well they're playing with, like, Dak and, like, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb is back. So I totally understand that. But also, I do think, like, their defense could be picked apart in this game. I'm picking the Broncos here. No, like, real, like, deep analysis as to why necessarily. I just think the Broncos are a little bit better, and I think the matchups are going to work well in their favor. So I think the Broncos defense is pretty good from what I've seen. I know the game last week was, like, Giants played really well on offense, but I do think their defense could neutralize Dak and, like, Pickens and everything, one like that. I could be wrong. That offense is electric.
I would be shocked if anyone slows this offense, man.
Yeah, they're pretty electric, but I do think if any team is equipped, like us, the Broncos could do it. We probably couldn't do it. I'm sure they would find a way for Javonte Williams to run for 150 yards. But I digress. We will not be playing the Cowboys this year, thankfully. But I'm going to take the Broncos here. We'll have another swing game, but it'll be a fun game to watch.
No, I respect it. This will probably be one of the best games of the week. And when I say I've lost faith in Denver, I probably should rephrase it. Because I think of it in terms of a week ago, I had them as a Super Bowl contender, and then
Yeah, like in the Super Bowl. No, I got you.
yeah, and then I saw that game, and I'm just, this is not what I expected of this team, and it was a letdown. And I
No,
still view them
a
as a
true,
playoff
true,
team, very good team. So
yeah, a true Super Bowl team. Now you could also say it's one game, but a true Super Bowl team shouldn't have to like score 30 points in the fourth quarter to beat the
yeah.
Giants.
Yeah, and I hate to
I
overreact to one game, but I also just believe, looking back, I probably jumped the gun on Denver. Probably shouldn't have labeled them prematurely as a Super Bowl contender, so I'm coming back down to earth on them, and I think this will be a competitive game one way or another. Maybe Denver should be the favorite because they're at home, but I trust the Dallas offense the most out of any unit in this game, so I'm sticking with Dallas. You got Denver. Nice swing game
All
for
right,
us to witness.
be fun. Yep. Next game, we have the Titans, who are currently searching for a head coach, losing to the Colts by probably at least 30 or 40 points. Isaac, we can just move on to the next game.
Yeah, 70-0. Indiana Jones has 500 yards. Moving on. Sunday Night Football. We got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers' revenge game, kinda, sorta. I don't really know if has that much animosity towards the Packers. He probably does. I'm not actually, narrative-wise, I'm excited, but otherwise, I'm not excited. I think this is going to be a pretty boring game, to be completely honest. I could be wrong, but the Packers' defense has been really good this year. I don't think Rodgers and that Steelers offense is going to find much success against that stingy defense. They could probably get to 20 points, perhaps. But I also think the Packers offense, although they haven't been an electric unit, they've been solid. They have a good run game with Josh Jacobs, and they got weapons on offense. They just haven't put it all together week to week. They're not the type of team that blows you out, but they are efficient enough. If Jordan Love can take care of the ball, I think the Packers should be able to win this game, no doubt. If you have some turnovers, then it gets a little trickier, but I'm going to say Green Bay is able to move the ball on the Steelers defense that is just not that good. Objectively speaking, they have not been a good unit this year, so give me the Packers to win this game. I know it's at Pittsburgh. I don't care. I'm going to take the Packers here. Daniel, what have you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers here too. It could be a little bit tricky. I know it's in Pittsburgh. I'm sure the crowd's going to be electric and everything like that. And like, yeah, the Aaron Rodgers revenge game. But like, honestly, like, I just don't necessarily like, I don't see Aaron Rodgers necessarily having some great game. I know he's playing well statistically, but I just don't necessarily see this as like some extra motivating factor for him or anything like that. Yeah, it'll be a fun like narrative storyline and everything like that. But like you said, it'll probably be another boring Sunday night football game that ends like 13-17 or something like that. But yeah, right. I'm just gonna take the Packers here. I think they're the better team, and I know I've said I think it's the Steelers' division to lose, but they don't exactly look great to me. Maybe the Bengals could catch up. Maybe the Ravens could catch up for all I know. I still think I haven't looked at their schedule, honestly, so I'm going on this blind. I think they could still win some games unless they have a really tough schedule.
I mean, they got some tough games coming up. Like, they got the Colts after this one, so yikes. But they should still be able to get to their 9-8 record, meet their quota.
Right, yeah, meet their quota, exactly. Well, I might revisit the Steelers division to lose take, but yeah, I mean, I'll take the Packers here in this game.
Alrighty. Again, I'm excited for the narrative, but yeah, this game is not going to be fun, most likely. But I would love to be wrong, because we'll probably be watching.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, a matchup that appeared far more interesting a few weeks ago, no longer does. It's the Washington Commanders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Both of these teams going in opposite directions. The Commanders now 3-4, allowed 44 points from the Dallas Cowboys offense, which Dallas is that good on offense, but also you should not give up 44 points if you are an NFL defense. Washington's defense is just not good this year, and the offense has taken a step back. Jaden Daniels not having a good season. Kansas City, meanwhile, they're not as good as they used to be, but they are figuring things out. Their offense has been electric lately. They got Rashee Rice back in the fold now, so as he continues to play more, they will probably look even better on offense. I'm not going to hesitate to take the Chiefs here. I don't see Washington doing a ton on offense. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is playing as of right now. I assume he is, but I have heard nothing about that, honestly. It doesn't make a difference to me personally. Washington's offense is not going to keep up. If you can only put 22 on Dallas, then I don't see you doing better than that against the Chiefs. And the Chiefs should be able to crack 30 points in this game, so I would even go out there and say I think the Chiefs should be able to win this by double digits. So give me the Chiefs, and they will cover.
Yeah. I don't know what the spread is. I'm not necessarily going to predict a cover or not, but I will have the Chiefs winning this one as well. It's a little sad to see like the Commanders' downfall. Like I think I know you weren't necessarily as high on them, but like I thought they were still like going to be like a respectable. And the season's not over yet. Like they could still like win a few games and come out. But honestly, though, if Jaden Daniels can be in and out, like that's going to be like pretty hard to overcome. But Yeah, give me the Chiefs to win pretty comfortably as well. I mean, they have Rashee Rice back, and Mahomes playing an MVP level, dare I say? But
you dare say it because he's been a top 5 quarterback this year, objectively speaking.
yeah,
So.
for sure. But yeah, give me the Chiefs to win. Probably not one that will broadcast. I don't think it's
Yeah, I doubt
necessarily
it.
worth the energy.
I don't
But
want to. No
I don't want
thanks.
to. But yeah, give me the Chiefs to win.
And it is worth mentioning for the Commanders, though. They're 3-4 right now. They got the Chiefs this week. They got the Seahawks coming up, and then the Lions. There's a good chance they're 3-7, and it's unfortunate. Sophomore slump for the team overall, I guess, but they're not going anywhere. They're going to be fine if they make good moves in the offseason. But Commanders fans, I'm sorry for you. I'm sure you guys were all hyped up for this season. It's just not going according to plan.
Yeah, it happens.
Alrighty, that's going to do it for our Week 8 NFL predictions. I truly hope you enjoyed them. We got 4 swing games this week, so very competitive for us now. I'm 2 games ahead, but Daniel could close the distance here if he gets enough of those swing games. Just needs 3 of them, and it'll tie it up. So very
That's
interesting.
true.
I'll have my eyes on those games. I'm feeling pretty good about my predictions overall this season. I know I've lamented to you about my 5-9 week a few weeks ago. I've gotten 13-2
Yeah.
back-to-back weeks now, so I'm feeling better. Now that I'm feeling
Nice.
better, I'm sure I'll collapse this week. But hey, it's been fun. I'm enjoying this a lot. What about you?
Yeah, same here. I mean, we're pretty neck and neck, and I think we're both pretty happy with how. Yeah, I think you're a 5-9 week. I went like whatever 7 and like whatever 6-7, something like that. So it was not a great week for either of us, but I do think we're doing a pretty good job, spot on like picking the games for the most part. We're picking for the most part like for every game we get wrong, we're getting 2 right, which I think is a pretty good sort of
definitely.
percentage to be at. So it's pretty good. I mean, for the competition, I mean, like clearly we'll see how these swing games go. I think if somehow you get all 4 of them, that probably like closes out the competition for the most part. I know it's a long season, but it's gonna be hard to come back from like that would be a 6-point deficit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, most of all, it's fun. It gives us opportunities to pick the games, to talk about the teams and things like that. And looking forward to the week. I know the games aren't necessarily going to be the greatest, but I think there are some individual games that'll be, intriguing to watch. So it'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, I've got my eyes on that Thursday night game. I think it'll be a close one. I got Dallas and Denver being one of the best games this week. That's one I'll be watching for sure. Obviously, I'm going to watch Carolina play Buffalo, one of our swing games because you refuse to pick us against good teams. Pain, man. Totally. But I get it. No, a lot of good games to look forward to, a lot of bad games too. And we have mentioned that a lot of our correct picks have been in games that are pretty obvious, but the league is so chaotic this year that I don't even think the obvious games are absolute gimmies. Like, I think we should pat ourselves on the back when we get those right, too, because there's so much chaos, and if you can correctly predict which teams are going to survive week in and week out, I think that takes a little bit of effort, because we've got to examine it and see what's the upset potential, is this team going to survive, etc. And I think we've done a decent job most weeks, aside from 2 weeks ago when we went 5-9, 6-8, stuff like that. So I think we're doing a good job overall. Hopefully we can keep it going for the rest of the season. We're in week... what is it, week 8 now?
Yep.
It's sad, man, that we are this late in the season. Like I already miss football for next year. The off season's coming.
Yeah, you feel like you could do more to like just enjoy football season, but honestly, like there's not much more you can do. But yeah, once the off season comes, we're gonna like so miss it. But I guess just to all you football fans out here, just enjoy it while you can. For us, we'll enjoy the content and growth and everything like that while we can, and also hope your fantasy teams are doing well. Mine aren't, but that's okay. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching our content. Don't forget to leave us a like, comment, subscribe to our channel if you so wish. As we always say, it's free. It's just content. It's all fun and things like that. Have a Texans fan and Panthers fan bantering, things like that. And got live streams, commentaries, predictions, memes, and things like that. So be sure to check us out if you haven't already.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there are any college football fans out there too, we also do a little bit of coverage on that. So we try to cover both college football, NFL. We're mostly an NFL channel though. So yeah, like you said, Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. As you said, it's completely free. It just helps us out. We're a small channel trying to grow. We were at 200 subs like a month ago, so hoping to keep that growth going. Hoping to get to 400 fairly soon. Our goal is 500 by the end of the year, so if you could help us out, we'd really appreciate it. Really would.
Oh, yeah. That would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely.
Well, yep. You all have a good one. Hope your team wins.
Unless you're playing my team.
Yeah, exactly. But take care, y'all.
Heck yeah. Enjoy your weekend. Got a good slate of games. See you in the next one.
See ya.